It is October here in Australia and we're coming into spring, which is my favorite time of the year. Especially now that we've got a big garden with lots of wildlife around us. We've been the caretakers of this old homestead for a year and a half now, and we enjoy living out here in the bush. After we tidied up the bulk, we try to improve our off-grid home bit by bit. Powered by solar, we've also got access to groundwater. But for cooking and drinking, we use water containers, which we fill up in town. I'll better relocate him before I have my coffee. Somewhere over here. So it's actually spring over here and everything is getting out of control. Not only in here, but also in the house. We should definitely do a spring clean in there, but we'll leave that for a different day because today I want to attack the garden. Mother Nature is calling loudly. Everything is just flourishing and blooming and I'll definitely have to get into it. So today I'll concentrate on the area outside the house, but still inside the yard here. It's a big enough area, so heaps to do. But for now, I'll just finish my coffee and then I'll show you around in a minute. Yeah, because of the cockatoos around here, I think they're nesting again in the palm trees. It's basically impossible to get a proper sleep in because they start early in the mornings before sunrise. They go off already, fly their circles around the house here, around the motorhome. No more sleep-ins for a while. Yeah, I honestly don't even know where to start yet, but what I do know is that the fruit trees urgently need a trim. Here, they are flowering already. That's the last mandarins up on the tree. And I couldn't really reach the ones way up there, so this whole tree needs pruning. Last mandarins for the season. They're looking a bit shrumpled already. I've been eating one mandarin a day, while this tree was just covered in mandarins, and I really enjoy having fresh fruit and veggies out of the garden. We've got a few more veggies planted in that greenhouse over there. I'm going to show you later. I already started de-weeding that, so it's not that urgent. They still taste all right. The question for me is always when and how, so I'll have to Google all these things. The same with this lemon tree here. We saved that one last year and have a look at these massive lemons. There's another one over here somewhere. There it is. So yeah, we cut all these trees down last year and yeah, it's about time again that we do the whole thing again because it's getting out of control. Our lime tree here unfortunately carried heaps of fruit, but it was probably too many because all the fruit ended up on the ground and we couldn't actually harvest any or eat any of these. Here, they are popping up already. I'll have to get into it and cut this down because it's touching the house again. It's growing onto the roof back there and this tree is just way too high. That massive olive tree there, I cut it down last year as well. So all of these I can basically cut. Oh yeah, and the grapes as well. Yeah, unfortunately we never got to eat any grapes last year because the fruit was there and then they didn't make it through a certain period of time and they all fell off in their clumps. We'll definitely have to get into this and cut all these dead branches off. We have planted a blood orange tree, which is doing great in this shade cloth here. So I'll leave that alone for now. It's only a young plant. The chili, love the chili. There's more growing down here because I've just put the chilies into the garden bed and now they are popping up everywhere. I've given away quite a few cuttings and plants that I put into little pots. Not everybody has the chance to grow these things in a big garden like we do, and I enjoy giving them away to people I know in town and who I know enjoy having plants. So I have spread out more of the chilies in here, but this is all weeds at the moment. So this whole garden bed here, I'll have to de-weed. I planted some moses in the cradle in here because I think they just look very nice as a ground covering plant. That's this one here. I just cut a few off this one and put them in there. Looks very nice. And then also in our bower shed here, where our pool is, which we have to get ready for summer again. A big cobweb blocking the entrance. Glad I saw that. So in here, the pool, we haven't used for several months. So we'll have to clean all this out, but I'm not going to do that today. The idea of having a bower shed is that there's pipes running along the ceiling here. There's little holes in the pipes and water drips down onto the shrub here, and it makes it very cool in here. So you can imagine in summer when it's 40 something degrees, in here it was actually 2 to 3 degrees cooler than outside. Yeah, you're looking forward to the pool too. Before you get back in there, we gotta deburr you, but look at all this. Here, winter furs. Don't want them in the pool? No. Sooner or later, we'll have to get rid of all this old shrub in here. Clint has already cleaned it out of this area here, because this doesn't actually function as a drip barrier anymore. The idea of the water to come down onto the shrub here keeps the walls nice and cool, but not in the condition where it's at now. Have a look. It's all messed up. It's even missing up there. So instead of going out and getting a few branches, we decided to plant plants around here. I'm not even sure what they are called. We got them from one of our friends in town. That'll be a nice green cover over this whole area here at some stage. I can't wait to see that, because it'll be very nice to have the green cover along this mesh here. And this one here is actually growing into the old straw here already. I'll pull out the old stuff out of this corner here, because we'll have to get rid of it. And this plant is growing into it already. Also on this side here, we've got another plant, which is a passion fruit. So we're hoping for the passion fruit to take over at some stage. But at the moment, unfortunately, it's still looking a bit sad. Something got into it, started eating the leaves and all that. The idea was to have this passion fruit growing along this side here. We are helping it out with those little, I don't know, those little potato bulbs in the back. Heaps to do. What else? Oh yeah, the weeds in the greenhouse. We planted a few things, but we can't even see the seedlings because of the weeds. Look at this. I already got into it and removed the weeds away from the beetroot, because them ones I can recognize. There's cabbage in here somewhere, supposed to be. Do we know where? No. Oh, that's another beetroot there. And here. Yeah, you can see it's completely overgrown. Here are our peas. And the tomato that decided to plant itself here, so we left it, and it's actually carrying quite a few fruit already. It's always 5 on here, there's 5 on there, 5 here. Can't wait to have fresh tomatoes out of the garden. That's where the cockies are nesting again. I can see them carrying nesting materials into there, and that's where they were nesting last year. Very noisy. This is what the plant in the bower shed is going to look like. We planted a few of those bulbs down here as well. And the idea is to have it ranking all through here. And you can see it's doing a brilliant job. I just love this plant because it makes it look so much nicer. So we also put a few in here. Nicely growing up the fence here. That's all weeds. That's all weeds. And then there's another one here. As soon as we put water on the ground here, like it's out of control with the weeds. We put some grass seed in here, so that's growing nicely. But unfortunately, the clover, this is all clover, is taking over in this section. I just had a quick look around, and I can't really find the right tool for cutting the branches. So Clint is not here at the moment. We might just wait until he comes back. But have a look at the situation in here. It's not like I'm running out of options and work. I have planted avocado seeds in here. And those plants actually popped up here, 1, 2, and 3. This one is, I think it's a chili or a capsicum. It planted itself there. But I'll have to dig 2 of these out and put them somewhere else, because that's not really a good spot for these. They grow massive, and this greenhouse is not big enough to have big avocado trees or bushes in here. These are the capsicums, and have a look. There's actually capsicums on here. Same thing, I just took the center out of the capsicum that we bought and ate, and I just dug him into the garden bed. And I'm amazed that they are actually popping up. Have a look. Whole clump of little capsicum plants. Here's another one that's a bit bigger already. That's a tomato. That's a tomato and the silver beet. Yeah, I now know how to do a lot of things a lot differently, because this is just taking over. Have a look. Like, I didn't know that they are going to be out of control in such an extent. So I should have thinned them out a lot earlier, but now they actually carry fruit on them, and I don't want to rip them out because I don't want to waste the fruit. And same with this one, it's way too close. Everything should have been over there a bit more, but it'll leave room for the little capsicums that are popping up everywhere. I totally forgot that I bought some strawberries and also parsley. Love parsley. And I haven't even put them in bigger pots, but I bought some bigger pots, and I should plant them in the bigger pots so they can start growing properly. That sounds like the easiest task for today, so I think I might just start with that. I just noticed that the pots that I bought don't actually have any drainage holes. So I'm wondering if they need some, or if I should just put the soil in here, get these plants in there, and then double check with Clint when he comes back. Clint's doing a job in a different town currently. He won't be here for a few days. It's just me and the dogs at the moment. So I think I might just get these in here and see if Clint can drill some holes in there if they need it. Ooh, moss. Big one. Yeah, I love having this big garden, but it's not really like I know what I'm doing, because I've never had mandarin trees and lemon trees and all these things before, so I really got no idea what they need and when they need what pruning and in which way, and there's just so many things, and I constantly read up on how to take cuttings and when. And speaking about that, I got a few of these here. They are called a campfire plant. Absolutely love these. They turn red and green and orange, and they basically look like a campfire. So I love that plant, which is why it's easy to take care of as well. It's a succulent, so it doesn't need much water. As long as you keep it out of the full bore sun, it's quite happy. Plants that are easy to maintain are my favorite, because we go away quite a lot to go prospecting, to do whatever, and then we have a caretaker here, and to keep things as easy as possible, I don't want to have plants that are high maintenance. And what you can hear in the background, that's actually the rock tumblers. They run 24/7. We hardly even notice anymore because it's behind the house here. Yeah, that should be moist enough. Pack it in there nicely. Not too firm, not too loose. Something like that. Stuck. Oh, because the roots are coming out the bottom already. Yeah, I should have planted these a while ago. Stuck. Yeah, it's about time that it needs a bigger home. Oh. Yeah, very good. And it looks very nice. I'm happy with that. So much better than these little plastic containers here. But I'll keep them because I always reuse them for when I take cuttings or I dig other plants out, like the chili. I can perfectly fine put 2 chilies in one of those and then give them away to friends in town, and they probably reuse the pots as well. Strawberry and parsley, very nice. And by the way, another avocado in here. So actually quite funny, because I haven't heard about anybody in town having grown a avocado plant successfully. I started off by putting them in water, waiting for the roots to come through, but none of that worked. So I get a probably 60% success rate by just putting them straight into the ground. Just cover them up with a little bit of dirt and then they start coming out. Same in here. This one here I planted not all that long ago. But you can see the other one here, that's probably rotten. That's one of the ones that didn't succeed. I almost get a kick out of it when something starts growing that I planted there, like the capsicum seeds, like the avocado, chilies, zucchini, whatever it is. I think it's absolutely brilliant that you can just plant it out here and it grows with a little bit of water. Well, actually quite a bit in summer, but yeah, I'm really amazed how these plants look. That's another avocado. So for now, we are not too sure where to put them yet. Sooner or later, they have to come out of these pots and go into the garden. But before that, we gotta decide on a spot first. So I'm gonna dig those ones out of the greenhouse, put them in deeper pots as well, like that one. And that way they're not gonna start taking over the greenhouse, because I know they're not gonna survive in there. So let's just do that next. All right, let's move over to the other avocados in here. So as you can see, these ones here look completely different to each other. But I think it's because I took different avocado seeds from different shops and different avocados that we ate and planted them in here. They must have just been different types. Looks like I broke the root, but I hope it's gonna be all right. Okay, I'm not prepared. Where am I going to put this? I'll carry it like that to the back. That's cute. I'll use that. There's the support team. If one of you could just hold this for a minute, then I can put some soil into the bucket. Out of control. I just put shade cloth on the bottom of the pots so that the soil doesn't just run out the bottom. Actually, I might take these 2 purple ones. I didn't actually buy these pots. Just as I'm looking at these, I remember where I got them from. Because, I'm not sure if you can see that. This one has got a bullet hole in it. And this one here has got 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I found them in the creek, way downstream. I'm also running low on potting mix, which means that's gonna restrict my further actions. What's in here? Nothing. I'll use that as well. There, I hope that's gonna be enough. But yeah, it's not gonna stay in here for too long because the root was already pretty long. I think I also cut it as well, accidentally, when I dug it out of the garden bed. But we'll have to decide on a spot where these are gonna go, and we haven't done that yet because we're gonna change a few things in the yard here yet, and these plants here are probably not gonna be too good in the full bore sun, in the summer sun, which is why they probably need a shady place first to establish, and then once they are big enough, they might be able to handle the sun. Unless we gotta plant them in the back here where it's a little bit shadier. But yeah, we don't know where yet. Yeah, can't wait to have avocados out of the garden, but I think it's taking a few years until they actually carry some fruit. I'm not too sure about that, but it'll be a while yet. My pot plant collection is getting bigger and bigger here. Put some water on these and then I'll move on to the next project. Yeah, I can see already I need more soil. That's sticking out too far, I think. Should be a little bit buried like this one. Maybe I can take some out of here. The sun has got a little bit of a bite to it. And if I look at the thermometer here, 30 degrees, which is about 83 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's just 20 past 9. So it'll be a ridiculously hot day. So now I'm just gonna start in the bower shed because I'm a bit worried about this ranking plant here. It's just gonna grow into the straw. No, don't lick. There are clips holding this stuff. Yeah, I'm not actually sure how Clint got rid of all this old straw. I might have to undo the clips on the other side. Can't even see them. Oh yeah, there's one. How did he do that? Did he have a tool? Maybe some pliers? Oh, Chinese coins on a red ribbon. Pretty sure they're fake. I found many Chinese coins up in far north Queensland. These don't seem to be real because I can see the cutout square in the middle. It's not cut out clean. And they are very light and the material just doesn't feel right. I'll keep them anyway. Pretty sure it's supposed to be good luck. Chinese coin on a red ribbon. I used to carry one around my neck years ago when I went out prospecting. Yeah, definitely I need pliers. These are bent around, so I can't get these undone by hand. Yeah, it turns out that when Clint went away, he locked the toolbox and I can't get to it. I'll just pull it out on this corner here because I really want to save this ranking plant here. And as long as it's free in the corner here, it can keep growing. Trinkets and stuff pop up everywhere. This looks, I don't know, like a sea coral. It looks like something out of the ocean. Heaps better. Now I just gotta get this out. There you go. That's all I wanted for now. Oh no, I bent this, but that's okay. That's okay. It'll keep growing, and there should be heaps more coming down from the bottom here soon, I hope. And then we'll have to do the rest soon before this plant takes over and grows along this side as well. But yeah, we need pliers apparently. But yeah, before Clint started doing this job, we went out detecting a few times. Really enjoyed it. It's a bit strugglesome to get back into it, but we always found a few bits each, which is really good because I've got a few ideas of what to do with the gold, because you keep asking me if I sell the gold online at some stage, and I didn't really know how to do all these things, like setting it up on the website and stuff. Ooh. Yeah, the weeds really have taken over in here. Alright, that's all done. I worked up a bit of a sweat. Gotta get used to the heat again and the flies. But yeah, I'm very happy with what this looks like now. I left all the Moses in the cradle in here. just because of a nice ground cover. And these are all chili plants, so I'll dig them out as I hear from the people in town. I already know about a couple of them who asked for more chilies. Here are all the chili fruit that are left in here. They just plant themselves, because it is a nice looking plant when they end up growing like these ones here. Okay, that's a bit dry at the moment, but when they are green like that with the white flowers and the red fruit on them, I think they look very nice. Whatever wants to grow in here, I'll let it grow as long as it's not a weed. I think it'll just improve this place. All right, I'll get rid of this and then I'll move on to the next project. I had a bit of a spell. It's 33 degrees by now, and I think after I'm done with this greenhouse here, I'll go to town and get some more potting mix so I can continue doing the rest in here. I'll wait for Clint, so when he is back, he can open up the shed again so we can get the tools out, and then he can give me a hand with all the trees around here. Out of control. Yeah, I gotta be careful what I rip out, because I don't want to rip out any beetroot or cabbage or anything else we want to eat. Have a look at this. There's actually quite a few beetroots here, which I didn't even see beforehand. What? Out of the greenhouse. You always dig it up. Now I'm gonna have a look if there's any cabbage in here, but it doesn't look like it. Nothing would have much of a chance of catching any sunlight amongst this weed here. Oh, I think I got it pretty good. Heaps of beetroot, but no cabbage yet. We'll continue doing the gardening probably when Clint is back, makes more sense, and then we'll take care of all the fruit trees around here. Yes.
Yeah, and it's hanging low, eh?
It's all touching the roof.
Yeah.
Okay. Just start with these few?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it?
Do it. You dogs, out of there.
That one done?
Nice. Heaps better. I was thinking planting that one avocado there.
Should we get rid
And
of
one
that
there.
one? Just trim the low stuff off this one.
Yeah.
That looks better.
Heaps better. Would look even better if we got rid of them.
Still gassy.
Oh.
Not much.
Do you want to do the low ones of this one?
Yeah, might as well, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I really cut one off the clothesline.
Yes.
do for that one?
Yes.
Where do you start on this one?
Yeah, there's heaps to do on this one.
That's dead.
Yeah, everything dead can go.
Oh, start.
Good.
Give it a rest. These cheap cane tools don't like running too long.
It was a bit smoky. Oh, look. Smoke.
Yeah, they get a bit warm and it's just a cheap.
Alright. Give it a rest. Things are happening so quickly around here, so it is impossible for me to film everything. We planted some yucca palms. And just over here is where I planted 2 more little palm trees. Yeah, I've had those in pots for almost a year, I'd say, and they were outgrowing them, so now they're in the ground, finally. And then it looks so much tidier back here. That tree all pruned, and the same with these ones over here. We got rid of the gas bottle, and I also planted a few succulents around the shady stem here. That looks so much better, and I hope they're gonna be thriving. I hope they love this spot here. I've also got a avocado plant prepared here that is ready to go in there. Unfortunately, in that hole I hit the rock bottom. I think somebody put concrete down there, I don't know. But yeah, I probably got to shift the hole or see if Clint can help me out with the jackhammer. But these ones here I was able to do by myself. That's another shady palm tree at some stage, hopefully. This one here as well, that one. And another avocado. I hope it's gonna be okay with the sun here. But the shade should be moving around the Karajong here, hopefully soon. Hopefully it's gonna survive. That's about it for this video. I'm gonna keep working around the garden here a bit more. Next week, I promise, I'll take the camera out detecting with us. Hope you're well, guys. Stay safe. I'll see you next week.